And welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you that are new here, welcome, and for those of you that are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, art and journal videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing this on your favorite platform does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. All right, so this is number 2 in my decorative versus functional planner series. In the first video, and I will link that below, I'll actually create a playlist for it. This is the functional version of a vertical layout in a happy planner, and this is the decorative version, again using the exact same layout. For this week we're going to be doing a functional versus decorative in a horizontal layout. Now, as I mentioned in that original video, I don't actually have any pre-made planners, but I have tons of happy notes. And so what I did was I do have a couple of the Wrong Skinny Classic, and I use that as the guide. So if you can see, it is exactly the same size for a classic, it's just not as wide. So I wanted to keep these in here so that I can show you this. Now for this video, it'll be slightly different from that original one because we will do a functional one first, and then we will do a decorative one. But quite a few had asked to see how I did the bonus spread with the scrapbook paper, and so that will be its own video. And I didn't want to film that first because I wanted to reference this video when I was filming that one, which will actually happen right after this. Now, I am not a fan of the horizontal layout. I'm a list maker, and so I find that this is too much space, but I will, as in that original video, talk about some of my thoughts of who I think this would be geared towards and how you can use it and things like that. Now, what I thought I'd do for this video is I have tons of sticker books, that's no question. You might have tons of sticker books. You may not have any sticker books, but you might have tons of washi. And so these next 2 spreads are going to be purely washi based. And I didn't map this out ahead of time, so I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. But I think we can get both a fully functional and a decorative and functional spread out of just using washi. And again, it's really about trying to use up your products and look at your spreads a little differently. This one will be fully functional. Now this will be decorative, if I can find where the beginning starts, but it will serve a function. And so I think one of the hardest things when you are doing planning, especially in Happy Planner, because there's just so many options, is you might not know what you need that planner for. So it might have been a really good deal at your local whatever store, and then you brought it home and you're like, oh, I don't know how to use this or what to use it for. So for this layout, we're going to look at this as a food diary, food journal layout, because that helps me explain why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing, okay? Now, it would have been nice had this lined up perfectly where you'd have the flower in all contained in one space, but we're still gonna make it work. Now it still works functionally because it's not too bright, it's not too distracting, and honestly it doesn't take that much time to put down. And the way that this would work if you were doing meal planning, or if you were doing something, I think that journaling would help, and really that's what I'm trying to steer the conversation towards, is I find that the horizontal is good if you write big, or if you have a lot of thoughts, or if you need to flesh out plans. And so for me, because I'm a list maker, I would definitely put one side of it as a list, and then this could be either a longer list or a more detailed list where you have more room, because that's really, I think, the biggest benefit of a horizontal planner, is because you just have so much space. And that's actually going to be the only decoration on the page. Over here, and I find it a little bit difficult because I'm not working out of a pre-made planner. Because if you had a pre-made planner, this would already be mapped out with your days of the week and the notes. But because mine isn't, I just want to replicate it so that you guys can sort of envision. And so this would be Monday. And I don't know if you can see it, but it wants to lift because the way I laid it down, I pulled up the page and I made it too tight. So we're just going to relay that down. And if this were a food journal or a fitness journal or a Bible journal or whatever, this side could be where you have major text going on. So how you felt about your meals or whatever. And then this side could be, this is what I had for breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, and dinner, or however you broke that up. This could be the Bible text that you were writing about, and this could be an entire thing about the text, how you thought about it, things like that. But if you break it down into pieces, at least the way that my brain works, this makes this super functional. Now, you might want to split this up in thirds, and so you have this box for morning, afternoon, evening, or however you want to do this. But this in and of itself, this spread right here, would be considered complete if you were a functional planner. Honestly, if you're a functional planner, you only need the planner. You need nothing else but a pen or a pencil to write in. Most of the people that I work with that have Happy Planner don't even do this. They don't do anything other than write a bunch of notes. They might color code. But if you do have the products and you're thinking about, well, what kind of planner am I? It might help to look at it and scale back and start with something like this, which is, I think, very pretty if plain. But it does bring some color. I've always liked pink and gray together. I like the decorative aspect. These leaves could mean something, or it could just mean that I didn't have to make a line down the page. If you are a functional planner, you can just leave it all blank. You can use mild liners, highlighters, or whatever you use, but it's really about just using your product and making this work for you. So super plain, that's okay. Before I finish the video, I will make sure that everything matches just so that you can see it. And if you did miss last week's video, what I do like to do is use the highlighter first and then use a contrasting color, usually darker, generally black, but I have a navy pen here, so I'll use that. And then that makes it pop, and that way you can get bullet points that are much smaller than some of the stickers that you can get out of the Happy Planner sticker book. All right, so super plain, super simple. This is a functional spread in the horizontal. Now, for the decorative spread, again, if we're just going to use washi tape, we have washi that goes in both directions. If they still have this available on Amazon, I will link it below. It is one of my favorites by way of washi tape. I don't know why, but for the last few months, I've been really digging the neutrals. And I mean, I don't even know why I just said that. I know why. I always prefer neutrals. I think it's easier to jazz them up than it is to try to tone down something really colorful. And so we'll start off in a similar fashion that we did with the other layout. But we're adding more decoration to this because this is wider. And I want the text to go in the right way. This little stencil was gifted to me by my friend Christy of Christy's Plants here on YouTube. I'll link her channel below if you're interested. I find this a really helpful tool to help with cutting washi because it is quite thick and sturdy, but also it comes with all these cool stencils, and it also has a 3-inch ruler type thing. All right, so that's pretty. And again, we want to lean into the horizontal. So we have this one here, and it's tags. And so we're going to do a bit of layering. I'm not great with washi. If you're new here, you might be wondering why I'm struggling. And for those who aren't new here, you're like, yep, that's usually how it goes for her. I like washi. I love buying washi. I don't know if it's because my hands are too big, or I'm impatient, or I should make the piece smaller. I'm not really sure. But there's that there. Oh, that's lovely. And we'll replicate on this side. We wouldn't have to. I mean, we could make these different, but I like the way it looks. And so we're going to do the same here. And something looks crooked. I guess that could be my channel motto. So there's that. Again, definitely more decorative than the first spread. And we can do, and I've mentioned this is my absolute favorite washi of the entire collection. Actually, I think it's just my favorite washi in general. Now, because I'm using Happy Notes pages, I really have no control over that middle section, but I don't think the browns and the pink necessarily look that bad. So I'm not going to cover it, and it's mostly because I am horrible at covering the middle section, either in whiteout or in washi, and so we're just going to go with it. But again, depending on what planner you have, that might not even be an issue. All right, guys, so this is actually the finished spread for the decorative one. Now, it's really busy, and because I relied strictly on washi tape, luckily I had some of the thicker washi tape, and luckily it was in a coordinated box. Depending on the kind of washi that you have, you're probably a lot better at it than I am. I know Christy and Tamika could have used the same products and had this look $1,000,000, but it doesn't lose any of the functionality. It's definitely a lot more color to the page. The way that my brain thinks, I need to be able to make lists, whether it's lots of lists or little lists. I need to be able to do that. I don't work on a horizontal fashion. Even in a horizontal planner, I'm still working vertically because that's just how my brain prefers to work. But I think you get the idea that you take the layout and then you determine what it is that you need from it, whether it's meal planner, an actual planner, faith planner, household cleaning planner, whatever. And then you figure out, well, what do I need from that? Do I need lots of space to take some notes and then a little space of a to-do? Do I need the whole thing? And then you decorate accordingly. For me, you're going to always see things go more vertically because of the way that my brain works. But if you are more of a functional planner, this might be just enough color on the page for you that it doesn't distract you from your thoughts, that doesn't distract you from what it is that you need this for, but it does bring enough of a decorative element in there that you've got a little bit of color. You can work around the pink in the middle. If you are a Team Happy planner, you know, except for some of the more recent planners, even regular planners, you're dealing with a middle of some kind. Is it always that bright? No. Can it be? Yes. But I mean, that's nothing. Really, how do you function on the page? I actually like the clean look of this, and I think it's because it is mostly grays and blues with just the pop of the color in the middle. And if it bothers you that much, you can always cover that middle up. To me, it's never worth the time and effort and frustration that gives me. But those are the two spreads. Again, not the greatest effort. I think I could have done better had I used stickers, but again, depending on where you are in your own journey, you might want to push the boundaries with your own washi. You might have a lot more skill at doing it if you are pushing the boundaries. But I think you get the idea of how you can use this layout and how you can make it work with both your decorative or functional style, as well as the way that your brain works. All right, be on the lookout for the bonus video where I'm going to do a horizontal spread, but using scrapbook paper as my canvas, and that will be out sometime later this week. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.